Hello and welcome to Press Start Australia's late night video game news show. I'm your host, Ewan Roxburgh, and here is the news.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, there's anger this morning over a black market version of the popular video game Grand Theft Auto. 7 News has revealed hackers have created a variation which lets gamers attack New South Wales police.
In case you missed it last week, Channel 7 reported that underground computer geeks had shared a hacked version of Grand Theft Auto on an online black market that allowed you to kill New South Wales police officers. What they meant to say is that a mod came out a while ago that added Australian police to Grand Theft Auto, but boy did it send Channel 7 into a frenzy.
Crashing cars, shooting suspects, and getting run over. What happens next? Far too disturbing to show.
Discussing it on Sunrise, they brought in their panel of experts.
This is a hot topic this morning. Let's bring in the Herald Sun, Susie O'Brien and Ron Wilson from Smooth FM.
Notice that neither of these two experts actually have any expertise in the field of video games. Much like all the other experts they wheel out time and time again to discuss the issue of violence in video games.
And what we're seeing is a generation of kids who are socially isolated. They're playing these games for 10, 15 hours a day, and what they see is there's no reset button on reality, and the games that they're playing have huge amounts of violence, and there's absolutely no consequences.
Okay, a couple of things. Firstly, I don't know who's playing 10 to 15 hours a day of these games. I mean, in that time, the PlayStation Network's likely to go down at least twice. Secondly, I don't know what evidence she's referring to because of everything I've read, the research is rather inconclusive of there being any correlation between violence in video games and a direct effect on behaviour.
It's a chicken and egg thing. I've read a lot of research on this over 20 years, and I'm interested in Graham Ashton's findings about the increase in youth violence associated with these games, because general research has found that's not necessarily the case.
Wow, thank you Ron Wilson from Smooth FM. He actually seems to have our back on this one. He does go on to say this though.
What I think it does more than anything else is it breaks down any respect for authority.
Let's just put this in a little bit of perspective, shall we? Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the most successful entertainment releases in history. I hate to break it to you, Channel 7, but there are more players of this game than you have viewers for both Sunrise and My Kitchen Rules combined. Bearing that in mind, why is there not outright anarchy on the streets right now? As far as I'm concerned, the people causing the most turmoil in the world right now aren't young people and they're darn video games. You might have noticed from the gameplay earlier, they're actually playing as policemen in the mod. Here's what the mod's developers had to say about that in a statement they put out soon afterwards. This is simply a gross misrepresentation of what we, as software developers, and our users, as passionate members of a diverse and overwhelmingly pro-law enforcement community, stand for. In reality, LSPDFR is a mode which allows you to play as a police officer within the game. Players can make arrests, pull over speeding vehicles, and respond to emergency situations. Indeed, if there's any story here, it's the story of how LSPDFR has actually empowered law enforcement by playing host to tens of thousands of young people from across the world who would rather play as the good guys than the bad guys. That's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Anyhow, what do you make of all of this? Let us know. You can find us on Twitter or Facebook at PressStartAU, or visit the website, of course, at pressstart.com.au. Until next time, I've been your host, Ewan. Happy gaming.